fellow Albertans, I am proud and honored to be welcoming a man of integrity and conviction. This man is known as a politician who speaks his mind. He's a man of ideas and passion for freedom and an unwavering commitment at reducing the size of government in Ottawa and protecting our right to free speech. His values and convictions are so in line with the true conservatives here in Alberta that he's known around here as the Albertan from Quebec. Not only this, but he's also known as the only politician in Ottawa who wants to bring back honest debate in the legislature. When I heard him say, "Let's debate it," for the first time, I knew he was the kind of politician that I can stand with. I knew he was the kind of leader that would bring the voice for every Albertan and Canadians. Politicians in Ottawa are deaf, but not anymore. This man is the leader that Alberta and Canada desperately needs.
Yes.
Not only does he have the strongest energy plan to build pipelines across Canada that will put every oil and gas worker back to work, he's the only one who will unite Canadians from coast to coast by every Canadian using Canadian oil. Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you, leader of the People's Party of Canada, Maxime Bernier.
Hey, good job. Hello. Thank you guys. Merci. So first of all, I'm very pleased to be here. And as you know, we will have candidates all over the country in our 338 ridings all over the country before a couple of weeks from now. Up to now, we have more candidates approved by Election Canada than the NDP, the Green, the Liberals. And here in Alberta, we have 32 great candidates. And in 2 weeks from now, because we have to wait, we have nominations in 2 ridings. So in 2 weeks from now, we'll have a full slate of candidates for you guys. You will be able to vote for one of your candidates in your riding. And I'm very, very proud because some people were saying, you know, Bernier, it's a one-man show. He won't be able to have candidates all across the country. He won't be able to build this party in less than a year. And we did it. We did it together. We started after the first month with 30,000 founding members, and now we have more than 41 members, more than the Green. Everybody knows that when you speak about your real values, the Western civilization values, our Canadian values, and when we have policies based on 4 principles that represent us: individual freedom, personal responsibility, respect, and fairness, you are able to bring people together for a better country, for a freer country, and a more prosperous country. I want to thank you for that, but now we have a lot of work to do. We have a lot of work to do, because here in Alberta, it's not all the Albertans who know our platform, who know our ideas. And I want to speak a little bit, yes, about pipelines this afternoon, but also about the equalization, about balancing the budget. So pipelines. Let's speak about that. Andrew Scheer said that he will build a national corridor and he will be able to have pipelines, but we don't know. We don't know what he will do to realize that. Because as you know, the Quebec government is against it, the BC government, so you need to have a plan. And we have a plan for Alberta, but also for Canada. First of all, we will privatize a Trans Mountain pipeline. That must be the private sector who must be able to build pipelines in this country, not the government. We will make sure that we are able to build pipelines in the short term, and we will streamline the consultation. Yes, I must admit, we must have consultation before approving a pipeline. But instead of taking 3 years, we will streamline the process and it will take less than a year. And after that, we know that we'll have some provinces that will be against, like I said. So we will need to use our constitution. We have a great constitution, section 9210, and we are the only political party in Canada that is ready to use the constitution to build national infrastructure all across the country.
Thank you.
Yes, that's the way to do it. And let me explain to you how we're going to do it. What I'm telling you, we will use the Constitution, we will pass a legislation, a very short legislation, a bill, 1 page. And the bill will be 1 paragraph. And he will say, this pipeline is for the advantage of our country. Therefore, we reclaim to use the Constitution and the section 9210. And that's it. We'll pass the bill. We'll pass that bill and we will have the full authority, the full responsibility, the full jurisdiction for approving pipelines or other national projects. So, you may say, maybe Maxime, you'll have provinces will go in front of the court and you won't be able to build pipelines and it will take times and times and times. No, it won't. Because when you use the Constitution, you have the full authority and it's 100% under the jurisdiction of the federal government. So you will be able to build pipeline all across the province. And if BC or Quebec, I'm speaking about their government, not the people over there, if they're against that, they won't be able to stop us because we will use our Constitution. And I want to tell you that in the past, the federal government used that section and the Constitution to build national infrastructure more than 300 times. So it is time for leadership in Ottawa. It is time to do that. But I know in Alberta, I know that Andrew Scheer is may be popular here in Alberta, but since he's the Conservative Party of Canada, it is not the Conservative Party of Canada that I was with a couple of months ago. It is a new party under Andrew Scheer. And Scheer said that now the Conservative Party of Canada is a centrist and pragmatic political party with a lot of ideas for a lot of people. So, I have a translation for you about that. You know, I don't know what I believe in. I don't have any idea. I don't have any vision for this country. Tell me what you want to hear and I will repeat it. That's Andrew Scheer. And so his goal now, because it's a centrist political party, is to split the vote with the Liberals. That's his goal. And an example of that, on pipelines, he was in Quebec. He did an interview in French in Quebec. And the journalist over there asked him, are you ready to use the Constitution? Are you ready to impose a pipeline on certain provinces? And he didn't answer the question. He said, no, I would have an agreement with all Quebec and BC. You know, he won't use the Constitution, so he won't be able to build that corridor. So that's important. People in Alberta must know that. They must know also his position on equalization. I understand your frustration here in Alberta about the economy, about the equalization formula, the fact that you are paying for that and you are right now in a difficult economic situation. But Andrew Scheer doesn't want to speak about that. We are the only party who speak about the equalization formula and being less generous to be sure that the formula would be fair for everybody all across the country, and to be sure that provinces will be able to develop their own natural resources. That's why we need to give them the right incentive. And by the way, I'm saying that here in Alberta, but I'm saying the same thing in Quebec. I said in Quebec 7 years ago, I delivered a speech over there, and I said that, you know, I'm not proud to be a Quebecers when we receive equalization money. Quebecers are proud, and the goal must be to receive zero money from the equalization, because like that, Quebec will be a rich province. And Quebecers understand that. They know that they can be richer by developing their own natural resources. And they know also that it is safer to transport oil and gas by pipelines than by trains.
Yes.
And it is the common sense. Why do they know that? Because we had a big tragedy in Quebec 5 years ago in Lac Mégantic, and people understand that in 2019 you are able to build a pipeline that will be with the best technology, that will be safe not only for the environment but also for the population. So it is my goal and it is my job to be sure to get rid of Justin Trudeau. I will do that. I will do that, and that will start in my own province in Quebec. Justin Trudeau has about 47 seats in Quebec, but with the PPC over there and our ideas that we share with you, I'll be able to have a lot of seats in Quebec. So like that, you'll be able to vote for a PPC candidate, a great PPC candidate that, like you, wants a better country. You'll be able to do that because right now, I'm pretty sure that Justin Trudeau won't be able to elect one candidate in Alberta. You're so mad, and I understand that. So what is your choice right now? It's between the PPC, the real conservative, fighting for free market, free speech, free enterprise, and the fake conservative of Andrew Scheer, who believes in the Paris Accord, who will do everything to achieve the targets in the Paris Accord. Andrew Scheer said that. He will impose more regulation on businesses. Who will have to pay for that? That will be you. That will be us. When you impose a regulation on businesses, it's always the consumers who's paying for that at the end. And he will impose a tax on the big emitters. So Andrew Scheer and the Liberals on climate change, it is the same. We are the only party who won't sign the Paris Accord, and we won't do anything at the federal level. So that's a huge difference. But we know that the environment is very important, and yes, we will reinvest to protect our environment, and we want Canadians to be able to swim in their lake, fish in their river, and we'll do everything to clean all our lakes and our rivers. That's important, that's concrete. So we'll do that. But about climate change, the environment, it's a shared jurisdiction with provinces. We'll let provinces that want to do something to do something. So that's it, that's simple, and that's why it is important for you, but also for all Canadians. But I said that Andrew Scheer is a fake conservative. If you're a real conservative, you want to balance your budget. That's important. But Andrew Scheer won't do that. He told me when I was running for the leadership of the Conservative Party of Canada, after I signed the pledge to balance the budget in 2 years, he said, "Oh, it's very popular, Maxime, it's a good idea, I'll do the same." And he signed that pledge during the leadership. And after that, when he became the leader of the Conservative Party, he said the same thing. Yes, I will balance the budget in 2 years. And he was asking Trudeau every time in the House to balance the budget as soon as possible, because he wanted to balance the budget, because he knew that it's important for the future of our country, and he knew that it is irresponsible to have deficit. It is irresponsible, and it is not fair for the future generation. But a month ago in BC, he said, "Oh, now I'm a centrist party, I'm not a conservative party anymore, so I won't be able to balance the budget in 2 years."
It's his first broken promise.
Yes.
Before the election. You can't believe what he's going to say after.
Absolutely. And he said, it's too hard. It's too hard to balance the budget in 2 years. We need to spend and spend and spend, and maybe I will balance the budget in 2 terms, in 5 years. I will tell him.
Clean water for the natives.
Yeah, I will tell him why it is not difficult to balance the budget in 2 years. You can cut the CBC. You'll save $100 million there. You can stop corporate welfare. The federal government is spending $5 billion giving subsidies to businesses. And it is not fair. It is not fair to tax a small business entrepreneur here and force him to pay these taxes and giving that to SNC Lavalin or Bombardier. It is not fair. We must stop that. So we will do it. But Andrew Scheer and the Liberals, they're the same. They want to pick winner, and all the other entrepreneurs will be the loser. So we need to stop that, and we'll have a flat tax on business at 10%, and we will abolish also the capital gains tax in this country. So our first budget will be a pro-investment budget, pro-free market budget. Lower taxes, less regulation, and like that we'll bring back investment here in Alberta. That's important. So I can have a lot of examples how you can balance the budget in 2 years. I didn't have time to speak about foreign aid. We can save $4 billion there. Yes, it's important to be generous. Yes, we have a big heart, Canadians. We can help other countries when they have humanitarian crisis or environmental disaster. But it is not our job to build roads in Africa and fight climate change in Africa. It is not our role. We'll bring back that money here to help our Canadians. So that's why we call our party the People's Party of Canada. We want to work for the people, with the people, put Canada first, and we will start a common sense revolution all across the country. No more political correctness. No more political correctness. We will speak about what we believe, and when you believe in freedom and personal responsibility, we're not wrong. That's the basis, the foundation of our country. Freedom, free market, free enterprise, free country. And we know that Canadians are responsible. So yes, we will have a limited government in Ottawa, a government that won't interfere in your day-to-day life, a government that will look at you, at adults, and not children that need to have a regulations or something like that. You are responsible. And like that, we'll build a strong country. But that's important to do that together. This country has been built by Francophone, Anglophone, First Nation, immigrants coming from Europe, coming from Africa, coming from Asia, coming from all over the world to share our Canadian values, to share our freedom, to be free, to be able to have free speech and freedom of conscience. So we need to bring back that here and speak about it without any fear, because that's the right things to do, to speak about what we believe. And we will invite immigrants to come here who share our Canadian values. That's important. But at the same time, we want our country to be like that in 25 years, to be like that. That's why we need to have that discussion on immigration. Look what's happening in Europe, in other countries, in Belgium, in France. So instead of having 328,000 immigrants a year, we'll have fewer immigrants, but we'll have more economic immigrants that will help us to build this country. Right now, for your information, only 26% of the 320,000 immigrants that we received every year, only 26% are economic immigrants. More than 70% are refugees or people coming under reunification of family. Yes, we'll have refugees, but we'll have the real refugees that are waiting in another country where their life is in danger.
Tony Robinson!
I don't believe that an illegal immigrant that is crossing our border in my province in Quebec, I don't believe that the life of these people are in danger. They are not in danger in New York. We need to help the real refugees. So globally, we'll have fewer immigrants, we'll have more economic immigrants instead of 26%, maybe around 80%, and we'll have some refugees and yes, reunification of family. But we need to speak about that to be sure that we'll build a strong country like we did in the past. So I count on you to be out there, to speak to your friends on our platform, and we won't split the vote in Alberta. We won't. We are giving you a choice, a new choice, with great candidates all over the province. Yeah. But that message must be listened. People must know our message. That's our biggest challenge. And that's why don't hesitate to go on our website, to read our platform. Because for us, there's no slogan. I'm not telling you what you want to hear here in English in Alberta. I'm telling you what I believe in, and I'm saying the same thing in French in Quebec or in New Brunswick. That's important. But Andrew Scheer doesn't do that. He doesn't have the courage to go in Quebec and say, yes, we must build a pipeline and use the Constitution. And yes, we must change the equalization formula. So I'm asking your new premier, and I know him pretty well. He was with me. We were together, minister under the Harper government, with a real conservative government at that time. And Jason, He's a great guy. But he told you that he's ready to do a referendum on the equalization in 2 years from now. He won't need to do that if he is supporting the right leader. So Jason, why are you supporting Andrew Scheer? He won't talk about the equalization formula. He doesn't have the courage to do what needs to be done for pipelines. He doesn't want to speak about immigration. He doesn't want to balance the budget. Jason, what are you doing with Andrew Scheer? Come with us and fight for what you believe. But that's only the beginning. That's only the beginning of a big movement. We are more than a political party. And people are saying, you know, it's a populist political party. Yes, we're a populist political party, but a smart populist political party because we have serious policies that are the answer for the challenges that we are having here in this country. And we have the courage to speak about what it is necessary to do for having a freer and a more prosperous country. And we are doing that with our conviction and with passion and conviction. And there's no compromise with our ideas. So yes, we can do great things together. So come with us and bring that freedom message all over the country. That's the only solution to get rid of Justin Trudeau and to have a country and a federal government that will respect Canadians and that will be able to build pipeline, to change the equalization, to balance the budget, to lower taxes, to end corporate welfare. That's important. That's too important. This election, it's a message. It's a big message. And I like when all these candidates are new in politics. They're not politicians. That's perfect. That's perfect. They're patriots, yes. They want to help their communities. And they know that the only way now is to get involved. And they are involved 100% for you guys. And I'm doing that. I'm in politics for the last 12 years, and I can tell you that that's my best time in politics because there's no political correctness. I'm saying what I believe in, what we believe in, and I like it. And my goal is to campaign all over the country, telling the same thing everywhere. No pandering to special interest group. And sometimes it is tough. Sometimes you want to be loved by everybody. But you know that in politics, you have to stick to your principle. And I really like a politician like Margaret Thatcher. She was tough. She spoke with conviction. And she said today, I don't like to use the word consensus. There's no consensus on your conviction and on your principle. You must speak to your people about what you believe. You must lead your people with your principles and your ideas. And that's what we are trying to do all together. So I'm asking you, speak, go on social media, speak to your people, and you'll have a big surprise. We will make a huge surprise the 21st of October all together.
Absolutely.
So, thank you. Thank you very much, because you are giving me, you are giving us a lot of energy to go on and speak and talk, and we'll be able to have support all across the country. I'm very encouraged by a last poll that Angus Reid did a couple of weeks ago. And Canadians said that there is 52% of Canadians that are ready to vote for a new party at the federal level. We are the only new party. So we have to reach to them, to speak to them. And that's why we'll have that common sense revolution in this country. So thank you very much for your time. I appreciate that. Thank you for your support for our candidates. Stay tuned. Look at our website and also the website of our candidates. be informed, and talk about what you believe, because what you believe, it's what we believe here on the stage. Thank you.
Thank you, President.